So I figured this is maybe about the best way to give you some hints tomorrow when you go looking at these guitars. I looked up at Guitar Center and found a few on up to about the $300 range. I don't think you really want to spend more than that on a beginning guitar, but we'll go over that in a minute. Once you get there and you start looking at the different guitars, a couple of things I want you to look for, you know. And first thing is, on the guitar, it usually has the dots along here, and most certainly will have this 12th dot. But these are called frets, by the way, and each fret on each string, you're going to go down with a pick and just put a finger and mash it down like so, and listen to the tone. Should come out clear. If it comes out like, kind of dudded out, then that tells you your fretboard, the wooden part, yeah, it's no good. And don't even try to get that guitar. And it can even be the same exact brand of guitar, but one will work and the other one doesn't. But you want to make sure you don't come home and one of the areas doesn't work and will never work. Now, when you're doing this, and I understand for beginners it's difficult, but one thing you don't want to do as you're testing this guitar out is if you put your finger here, you'll be the one making the noise. What you want to do is you want to have it up against the fret, but not on top of it. Just right before it. Then you want to press down and go to the next one, next one, and so forth, all the way up to this 12th one. And you're just going to go down through each string one at a time and make sure you don't have anything wrong with the fretboard. The next thing you want to look for is what we call action. And what action is it's where the strings raise above the wood part itself. And you'll notice on this end when you look at it how close they are, the distance from the string to the top layer of the board. And as it gets over here, it's going to get wider, that gap. But you don't want a really wide gap. So as you're looking at them, and I know you can't see it with this one, but I'm going to compare it with my Martin. But if you select three guitars, the one that is closest has that least amount of gap in between there, and you've already went through and did all the fret by fret, then that's probably your best guitar. Reason being is it's so much easier to be able to play down here. And when you get that gap there, you're just going to be limited to playing up here if it's too bad. It'll affect how getting it to come out crisp and clear. So that gap there is very important. On the Martin, the gap, you can't even hardly see it. I mean, it's just running smooth and straight, and not much variation between here and between here. There is some that's going to be one on all guitars, but this gap here is what makes this one so easy to play, and that'll save your fingers and make learning a lot easier. Okay, that's the two things I want you to look for. Now I'll go through each of the guitars, and I've sent you pictures over your phone, so it'll say from Guitar Center. They should be in stock because I looked up the Guitar Center in Lubbock. The first one, the Fender FA 125 Dreadnought, $150. Didn't have any reviews on it, but I looked up some in the internet, other places. Fender, it's a good brand. Probably can't go wrong with it. If it plays good, has low action, $150. There you go. The second one, the Yamaha Gig Maker Guitar Pack for $170. Yamaha's a good brand, startup brand. It'll sound good, play well, but I like that package that comes with it. because you're going to need a lot of that anyway. The guitar picks, the extra set of strings, put it into a bag, whereas like that Fender is just a guitar only. The next one, the Ibanez V70 CE acoustic/electric for $200. Ibanez is a good brand. Probably be a decent guitar. What I like about it is it's got that acoustic electric feature where you can plug in and send it into an amp, and then you can make all them rock and roll noises, which someday will be a lot of fun if you ever get around an amp or something like that. It's really neat to be able to plug in. The last one, the Ibanez AEG 1211-NT acoustic/electric for $300. Once again, the Ibanez, good brand, has that double feature, so you might consider that. When you come across it, listen for the tones of which guitar you like the best, and it may sound dynamite, and that's why it's for $300. And then the last picture I sent you was a guitar tuner. I don't have one around here, but you must get one. Get a digital one. That's going to save you so much frustration. If you don't have a tuner, then you're not going to get very far with guitar, because it'll sound like crap when it's out of tune, and you can't get it back in. Then when you try to mess with it, you'll start breaking strings, and it's just a nightmare. That's an investment well worth it. The guitar pack by Yamaha, if you don't select it, I would still get a set of 6 cheap strings. Even if you don't break one during your first 6 months, after about 6 months, you're going to need to replace it. Picks, you can get them probably for like a dime up there in their little jars up front, so that's not that big a deal. But that little case, even though it's a soft zip up something, but it still protects the guitar. So, but you wouldn't necessarily need to buy that with the others. You just want to be real careful with it, because they get nicked up real easy. But that's about it that I can think of now. So when you get there, if you have any more questions or anything, give me a call, and then maybe I'll be around a computer. I can pull up that specific guitar, and talk to you about it if need be. All right. Well, good luck on your research, and I'm excited to see what you get.